What's going on, people? Good evening, YouTube. How's everybody this evening? Tonight is Sunday, March 28th. And I decided to come in the bathroom, which is looking like it needs work. And believe me, I'm getting ready to do some work here on this caulking in my tub because it's seen much better days for sure. Believe it or not, it didn't take long for it to get like this. The way that they put these walls in here, caulking just does not stay in around the tub properly the way it's supposed to. And I've spent close to 15 years now here at this house trying to keep caulking around this tub, and it just has not been cooperating all these years. So anyway, excuse the nastiness of the caulking. I did buy this stuff off of Temu, and I want to try it, which I haven't done yet. It's supposed to like replace caulking, and I figured since regular caulking does not stay in, and it has given me a hard time all these years, like I said, probably within a month or something, most of it was cracked out of there, and now it's just nasty. And I hardly ever shower here in my tub. I go to the gym most of the time. Like maybe once or twice a week I shower here at home, and the rest of the time I go to the gym. So you're seeing something I don't even like to use my tub because it's so gross, and that's why I bought this stuff, because I can't handle it anymore. I don't even want to be in there. I keep spraying bleach along the edges because it gets mold the way it is. But anyway, so I debated whether to do this video tonight because it's a very uncommon type of a video for people who save money and who are frugal to do some of the type of stuff that I do, which is some outrageous stuff, honestly, to save money. So, you know, what you're looking at here is a tub with water in it, of course. There's a little water container jug. There's a scrub brush, and what you can't see really is I had put laundry detergent and in the water, and also let's see, spick and span. What do you call it? I'm trying to think of the words. Antibacterial cleaner. So I buy it by the bottles. I buy antibacterial cleaner, either Lysol, Spick and Span, or other stuff like that, by the bottle. And I get it normally at like Dollar Tree or whatever for $1.25, or sometimes I find stuff at my local Dollar General for $1 on sale. But I add it to my laundry because just regular laundry detergent doesn't make me feel satisfied with the thought that it's getting clean. So, but anyway, why you see items here in my tub that are being washed, you know, of course, evidently, is because I live in a place that has property management, and I talk about this with my friends and people that I know all the time. And they are like an HOA. I own my home in a mobile home park, so I rent the lot where I live, but I own the home. So, but the lot rent has gone up over the years significantly. So it's getting close to soon doubling, and we have switched owners now. I don't know how many times, and just this past year, the past two owners, they have added first they added a sewage fee, which they had torn out all the old septic systems and put in public septic water, just not water but system. We have well water here. So then they started charging us like $76 a month for that because they got sued by someone next door who owns a big RV park for something going on with that interfere with their system over there. So they wrote us a letter saying they're passing the $1 million lawsuit onto us and charging us for septic, that they had all of our roads ripped up and put in here, all of our yards ripped up, ripped up my skirting of my house, ripped up my yard, everybody's yards, had all the streets ripped up and repaved completely. It took about a year to complete it. So did we ask for this? No, we did not. Did we ask for the extra $76 or more a month bill? No, we did not. I especially did not. So then we got a new owner this past year. I think it was like the beginning of the year, and our new lease began, I think it begins actually in May, but they give it to us like the end of February. And so now they want to charge us for water use, which they said that, you know, if we use under 1,000 gallons for like a one-person household or whatever, which is me, that we'll pay, I guess, well, I don't know, we pay a certain amount. And then if we go over 1,000 gallons in, not a month, in a 3-month period of time or whatever, we got charged a $20-something fee. Now, come on, who doesn't go over, one person over 1,000 gallons in 3 months period of time? You know, I think most people use probably close to that in almost a month. You know, you take a shower every day, that's how many gallons. You do laundry at least once or twice a week, that's how many gallons. We're looking at 20 to 40 gallons for each shower, each load of laundry. I have a tiny dishwasher. I run that like every couple of days or so. I wash most of my dishes by hand anymore. But small dishwasher, I don't know how many gallons that uses, maybe 5-10 gallons or something at a shot, you know. You know, I have to have water for my animals. My animals drink about a total of a gallon, maybe less a day. And then I drink, you know, like maybe half a gallon a day or something. And I don't generally always get my water here. Sometimes I pour a little in a jug from at work, you know, or I've been getting some water at a place where I pay for it. So anyway, so, you know, we just got this statement that we're supposed to agree to their charges for our lease to be renewed, and that if we send the paper back, that it means we don't agree, but that if we do agree, we just let it go and it automatically rolls into these new charges for the year. So like I said, they've continuously been upping everything that they can possibly be upping and adding. Fees. You should see the amount of types of fees and fines that you're able to get for living in this place. It's worse than an HOA in my opinion. These people watch you like a hawk, and they drive around like daily, and the park manager lives catty corner across from my house, and the last park manager lived 2 doors down from my house, so I don't get away with anything. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, I'm not making this video to complain. I'm just talking about why you see this in my bathtub right now and what I'm doing with it. So let me talk to you about how I decided. Oh, here's something else that they, before I go into that. So what else they did was they added water meters onto each of our houses now to see how many gallons each of us uses. Well, during the winter this past year, because they did not put insulation on it, mine froze. And so I called them and I said, look, I have insulation on everything else. I have heat tape on everything. And the only thing that froze was their water meter, which then froze everything else up in my pipes. So they called back and said that if they have to fix this, that they're going to charge me for it, to have someone come out and do it. And that I have to have a plumber do it, and that they're shutting off my water, and they're gonna that they're only gonna turn it back on when I've had a professional plumber come out and do it. So needless to say, I pulled the thing off myself, thawed it out, put the gasket back in place, because all it had happened was the gasket popped out of place because the ice, you know, because of it being frozen, the ice pushed the gasket inside out of place. So thank God, I'll say by God's grace, because I did a lot of praying, so it saved me how many hundreds of dollars. by God's grace, to do it myself. I looked up a video online, and the very first one I happened to come upon looked exactly like my water meter. And there's many, many out there. Okay, so I take it as my prayers were answered because I found one that looked exactly like it. The guy showed exactly how to take it apart. His problem was not my problem. Thankfully, everything was just frozen. And they were brand new water meters, so I figured that the gaskets couldn't be bad already. But I had seen the gasket sticking out the side. And I was like, that can't be right. And like I said, that they are brand new water meters. So I was like, And I was really scared to take it apart because I know that they have like certain triggers inside that if you mess with them, you know, someone can be alerted about it and you can get into trouble for tampering with things. But thankfully, it's not the water company's water meters. It's the property management's water meters. So I don't recommend renting from these people, I'm sorry to say. You know, if you want someone to drive you absolutely nuts and keep on raising your rents and bills and adding bills, then go for it, you know, driving you nuts. And you know, they don't give you any services here anymore at all for free. You know, there's really nothing here to look forward to except for enjoy your own home, enjoy the lot that you have to pay to maintain, bushes, trees, everything else, grass. And if you don't, you get fined. Enjoy your house and enjoy your lot. Obey their rules to the T if you can. And maybe you won't have, you know, fines or whatever, but other than that, there's nothing to look forward to here to enjoy. There's no amenities here. You know, the park is just a set of swings. That's it for the kids. There's nothing else here whatsoever. You know, we have a set of mailboxes. That's it. You know, there's no gym. There's no pool. We used to get water for free because it's well water. They used to take care of the septic, you know, which they weren't doing a great job anyway. They would let it back up and overflow. I had it overflowing into my house, which I called them once, and then immediately afterwards is when they decided they're gonna rip out our septic and put public septic in, so that, you know, now we have to pay for it so that they're not liable for it anymore, because, you know, they don't want to give us anything for free anymore, do anything for us anymore. You know, we don't get trash removal for free or anything like that. Like, some places have dumpsters, some places have a pool, some places have at least a nice play area for the kids. No, there's like literally nothing here. They don't maintain anything. They have a little tiny veranda here, and they let it go to hell, to pot. Their roof is falling apart. Some kids were on top of it. The shingles are all off of it. They haven't painted it in years. They ripped down all the fences. There's a couple of falling down fences around here. And then some guy moved in recently and said, oh, this is the nicest, cheapest park that he's seen. I'm thinking, oh, yeah, right. I've seen a lot cheaper, and the people don't harass you, and you get stuff with it, like trash removal, like a dumpster to put your trash in. There's ones that have gyms, and they're cheaper, and pools. So anyway, so long story short, sorry I'm complaining. You know, I'm telling you guys why I'm doing this stuff, how I feel about it, how it's very irritating, and why I'm doing extreme frugal things here at my house. Extreme. You see the bubbles now. You can see they have laundry detergent in. And the water's getting dirtier. You can't really tell because this is a green tub, and I can see it from here, but I've been swishing it around and using this brush, normally with two hands, but since I'm filming, I can only use one hand. I was using two hands to scrub each piece of article of cloth here. And these are just rags I use for cleaning in this water. I'm not washing my laundry in here or anything. I just did a load of regular laundry in my washer today, and I threw it in the dryer, and it's finished, and I put it away and everything already. But, so what I did, why you see this in here, I took a shower of course, earlier, and then I did my laundry, and I put the stopper, I don't think you guys can see it, I put the stopper in the tub when I took my shower. You can barely see it, there's white. I put the stopper in the tub, and I ran my shower, and I had my regular shower, and the water was much, much cleaner. It was very clean when, you know, it came into the tub here while I was having my shower. And so it was nice and hot. I had it all the way up on hot that I can get it, which is like, I don't know, not 120 degrees, but a little less. But so anyway, so I had it on hot, and it's not very full. I took a really fast shower. And then just left the water in there, dried off, got dressed. I said I finished my other load of laundry. I took my dog for a walk. I went to the store. So we spent a couple hours out gallivanting just to get the dog out of the house and stuff like that. Mr. Marley. But anyway, so what I did while the water was nice and hot, before I went for my walk with my dog and took him away for a couple hours, I threw this load of cleaning rags into this hot water, and I put the laundry detergent and spick and span antibacterial in here, and I let it soak. And I figured that by the time I get back, because Spick and Span does a really good job, let me tell you, of stripping laundry. You like to strip your laundry, have you ever heard of it? To strip all the dirt out of it. It does a really good job if you soak your laundry. And I don't recommend soaking it for more than a day because the water smells bad after just one day. I've tried soaking stuff like longer than overnight. Thinking that it would work wonders or something, but it doesn't. It smells nasty after just, you know, not even 24 hours. Like if I left this in here overnight, it's only been in here a couple hours. I don't know, maybe 4 hours max. Like they say for laundry stripping, 5-6 hours. You're supposed to do that or whatever. But I know if I let it go, I'm not going to want to do it anymore tonight because I have to go to work overnight and stuff like that. But So anyway, for laundry stripping, you can, you know, there's a bunch of stuff you can use. I can't remember if it's sodium carbonate or sodium bicarbonate. Now, the two are, of course, totally different things. They're close, but the one thing you end up baking in the oven to make the other one. I can't remember which one is which. I have to do a video about that sometime. But I've done this before just to try it out for fun, where I took a shower and had nice hot water. And it didn't look really dirty, so I just put some, you know, stuff in it that I didn't mind. You know, if it wasn't, I don't know, like, I mean, it's got antibacterial cleaner in it, so I trust that it's gonna be pretty clean. It might be a little strange using shower water for it, but I've done this before, and I've tested these type of things out in case I had to go through a scenario where I have to conserve water, and we did. This last year we had a drought. So what I did was I did this type of stuff. I put the tub plug in, the stopper in. I took my shower. While the water's hot, I put the laundry in with the, you know, oh, I could just felt the water is cold now, of course. But anyway, I'll do this, probably do this while I'm talking to you guys. Because I can't really scrub it. I'm just moving it around. But, because I'm doing it one-handed. I probably could. I could just wring it out, but I'm not going to. Anyway, so then I take it out. And I wring it out. Like I said, I can't do it one-handed very well. And then, like I was just actually hanging it in my shower. And I still have hangers in here. I purposely keep them in here in case I need to hang laundry to dry. Like, God forbid anything would happen, like with the electricity or something like that. Or, you know, so I was hanging this stuff up. You know, I even hung, like, cloths and stuff like that up to, why I did it, too. Why I had these hanging up here, I forgot, was because I had no washer for close to a year, probably like 8 months or something like that, this past year, because I stupidly gave all my money away for someone else, for something, so that they could have electricity for a generator. And then I had no money to buy my washer. Well, I had money, I just didn't want to spend it for buying a washer. So that's what I was doing. I was washing my clothes. I was taking a shower, washing my clothes in my, and my tub was much better at the time, in my tub, rinsing it out, and then I rinse it all out with clean water, and then I was hanging it up here to dry instead of using the dryer, because I was trying to save money. Also, I was trying to like see how much money I could save by not doing it. And my electric bills were super, super low. Even in the summer, running air conditioners, I was running like 2 air conditioners. I think my bills were under $100 a month, and some of them were under, I think it was under $75 a month for 2 air conditioners, plus using regular electricity. So I thought that was really great. But anyway, so then what I will do, I'm sorry, this is a really long video today. Holy cows, they keep getting longer and longer. This is my 3rd video, by the way, guys, like ever. And I haven't learned to edit anything yet. I'm going to try to get some software. I don't know how good I'm going to get at this. I don't know how long I'm going to do these videos, but I'm just finding it fun right now to share stupid, crazy things that I do. And you see this, this tub is just disgusting. I can't wait to take care of it. But anyway, yeah, this keeps going in and out of Zoom. So what I'll do is I'll be wringing these out after I fully wash them I scrub them with the scrub brush in the water. And then I'll be rinsing them. I'll empty this water out and rinse it. And then when I have that water in the tub, what I do, well, I have this, I got this from work, by the way. If any of my work people are watching, it looks weird, but I don't know what that is. But anyway, it's just dirt from this, from these rags. They were throwing this out, and I scooped it up because there was nothing wrong with it. It just didn't have a lid. It just looks dirty right now. Like I said, it was nice and clean until I had it sitting here in the tub for doing this stuff. But what I do then, after everything is out of here with the cloths or the stuff that I'm washing, I use this to, oops, I didn't mean to scoop water into here. And then I use it to flush my toilet. And like I said, it's much cleaner water than this because it's rinse water. So I use it to flush my toilet. Instead of flushing my toilet, I use what's in this container to flush my toilet. And I might use maybe 2 full containers. And if the water gets low, then I just take this little cup right here and I fill it up. And I use that. It's like, I don't know, like half a gallon or more here. So I use it I just dump it down the toilet. And I dump it fast and hard down there because then it'll push everything down. And then I don't gotta flush the toilet. And then I'm not using water that they can try to charge me for. So right now I'm trying to find ways to outsmart the freaking property management, which I don't know if I'm going to do because they seem to be charging for anything and everything these days. Like, psh, if I go over a penny, man, I might get charged, you know. So I'm not sure, you know, what they're trying to do or what's going to happen. But, you know, I'm guessing they're going to try to milk as much money out of us as they can and try to keep from paying anything here. So they can get, well, of course, it's property management. So they're working for the owner of the park, whoever the owner of this mobile home park is. And this mobile home park has over 100 units here. So now I pay close to $700 a month, as do like the people who have, most of the people here who rent the lot, you know. And now there's people who own their houses, but they pay a mortgage, and so they pay the lot rent plus their mortgage. Then there's people who rent their houses from the property management, and those people pay the lot rent plus the renting fee. So now those people pay a lot higher prices, like we're talking between $1,400, $1,500 a month or more. And thankfully I'm only at close to $700, but that's owning my own home. So, and I'm sorry to say, but I don't feel like it's worth it here. You know, I feel like anybody would be a lot smarter, and I should have been a lot smarter, but I was gung-ho to buy my first house, which this house, you know, I'll talk about that sometime at another time. This house didn't cost me much at all, but I'm paying for it other ways, put it that way. And for anybody, you gotta know what you're getting into before you get into it. And I thought I knew what I was getting into. I thought, I can handle this, you know. But sometimes when people are strict, they just keep getting stricter and stricter. Or when they're tight with money or tightwads, I'm gonna just mess around in my shower here so you're not looking at the same thing. When they're tightwads and they like to screw people over, in my opinion, they find other ways to do it as much as they possibly can. And I feel like that's what they've done throughout the years here. So, like they get more crooked and more tight, you know, where they don't want to do anything for anybody and don't care about anybody, don't care about anything except money. And I'm sorry to talk bad about them or sound like I'm talking bad about them, but that's how I really feel. And I'd tell them to their face if I wanted to get thrown out at this point. But I'm holding my peace and I'm biding my time until it's time for me to leave this place. I do, you know, this place is old. You can see how not great of shape even just the shower is. But I'll just say, you know, it's been my home for these close to 15 years. Like you see the nastiness over there. It's not as bad when you get close to it. It looks terrible from a distance here. But, you know, it needs a good scrub out. And just things I don't really have a lot of time for all the time. You know, I scrub it as I go or as I need to. But, you know, it needs work, and that's why I haven't done a lot with it. You know, the whole thing needs to be, like, I need to tear this whole wall out because you see the crazy stuff that they did, that it doesn't even stay in the wall. It was like that ever since I moved in, and I had some work done on the pipes behind there, and it ended up coming out farther, and I didn't do it. The guy who did the work caused this to be sticking out like this, and see how it's sticking out right there too. It's very, and it's an eyesore. It's unattractive. But it does, you know, still work, and it serves the purpose. So I keep it, you know, like it is for right now. But anyway, I have 2 bars. You guys don't know that, but so one is for hanging clothing because it gets too heavy and it pulls the bar down if I put too much stuff on it. So I found both of these bars at one point or another. The first one was this one that I found is for my shower curtain. And you can see I do have a nice clean shower curtain and clean inner shower curtain. It doesn't look clean because of the lighting, but it's clean. It's this plastic is new. This one is nice and clean. I wash them every couple months or so. It's just me here, so I'm not doing anything. I have tons and tons of shampoos, soaps, you name it, hangers for doing this stuff. So I thought it'd be great to not have to mess with my shower curtain and and I found this. It was so cool because I was thinking about it'd be nice to have another one, not have to mess with this one, put another one up for my laundry, and there it is. You know, and I happened to find it. I'll just say by God's grace, everything I've wanted that I've thought about in my mind, I've found for stuff I wanted to do these crazy ideas with. And so I get the stuff by God's grace. It shows up. It appears. I call it God. I don't know. Or the universe. I don't know. Or, you know, when you ask, you receive. And it shows up. And then I try these crazy things. And they either work or they don't. But, so like I said, I already did 1 load of regular laundry today, and this is okay because I had my shower, and I didn't want to waste the water, and I'm using it for 3 things. Triple use. So it'd be my shower, the laundry, and then toilet flushing. So out of these, how many gallons? I don't even know how many gallons I'm going to get out of it. I think I did, well, I did it this past week too when I took my shower at home. So I got toilet flushing, just toilet flushing, and that was it, out of it for an entire day and a half or so until I took my next shower. And I let it out. Well, after this was all empty, pretty much empty from, using my cup, filling up the container right there, and then putting it in the toilet. After I did that, it was almost pretty well dry. Almost completely out of there. Maybe like, I don't know, a cup of water, like 8 ounces if even left. And I was like, well, I'm not going to try to attempt to get that out. And by that time, because I was flushing the toilet with it and it was in there for like a day and a half, it smelled not good, the water itself. And I'm thinking maybe because, shower water, you took you bathed your body in it, I don't know. But anyway, I think it's just going down the toilet, so I don't care, just so that I don't got to pay them more freaking money, So anyway, so it's probably close to the same amount of water. So it lasted like a day and a half of toilet flushing, so that was cool. So here I'm getting an extra use out of it, And like I said, it's probably been about 4 or 5 hours now since the water's been sitting in here, so I got to get it finished and get it out of here. But so I'm getting 3 uses out of it this time, and that makes me extremely happy. And, I'm trying to find other ways, not to screw property management over, but to just prevent them from screwing me over. And, I really wish that people here in the mobile home park would, be able to, that we would be able to stand up for ourselves without them raising our rents, bills, fining us, threatening us, finding ways to, toss us out of here, out of our own homes, God forbid, but, or that, they got fined, or they got sued already. I just really wish that, karma, sorry to say, would come back and bite them where it hurts, where it counts, and that they would learn a lesson. But, a lot of people just don't learn their lessons about screwing other people over, So, and I always laugh and joke and say, I wonder, who I did so dirty in my past lives that I get, the things happening to me that happen to me, but a lot of it's my own fault. I looked for homes, but this is the one that jumped out at me to buy almost 15 years ago, and I could afford it, but and I thought that I could tolerate it here, but I guess, sometimes it's like the frog in the pot of water, the frog is in the pot of water while it's cold, and it doesn't jump out because the water is cold. But then they keep turning the heat up and up and up. And then it sits in there until it boils to death, Sounds negative, sorry to say. But, it's like sometimes you got to recognize or realize when it's time to get out, So I'm not sure, it might be soon time to get out. I don't know. I just choose to trust God and do what I can do I'm just trying to make it, I'm trying to make it on a 40-hour-a-week income, as opposed to having used to be working over 100 hours a week, making real good money. And, money's been tight because of just working 40 hours a week, because I have a dog and I work a different shift now and I don't get a lot of sleep. So, I can't just do whatever I want to do anymore. I have to be home for the dog and the animals and stuff like that. And, but anyway, yeah, and I had high blood pressure for a while, thank God, because of starting to quit smoking. Pretty much, it's pretty well down. I'm off my medication by God's grace. I was on blood pressure medication for maybe close to a year or two or something, and thank God, I do some vaping yet, but thank God I'm starting to quit smoking pretty much. I have a couple a day, maybe 1 or 2 a day. Today I might have had 2, I'm not sure. And then I couldn't even find my vape most of the day, so I just I just used a non-nicotine vape today, and which I was okay with, I didn't even take any of my medication today. I was on Wellbutrin to help me to quit smoking, and it's working wonders, It really takes away the cravings, but I'll say by God's grace, I'm starting to get to the point where I don't even need it. I just, maybe I'll hit my vape once or twice, if I start getting cravings or whatever. And that's it. And then I put it down and I go about my day and do other stuff. And my blood pressure has become normal. And it was sky high. It was very high. for I don't know how many years. It was pretty darn high. I was smoking over 20 something years in a row, and I had gotten up to over 3 packs a day. And then I was trying to cut back, and I was like, well, you know what, I need help with this. So when I went back to the doctor, because I had issues with my lungs and breathing, and didn't have medicine, and stuff like that for it. So I went back to the doctor, and or I went to the doctor after having not been at a doctor for a long time. And yeah, I probably hadn't been to a doctor for, I don't know, 7, 8 years or something like that. And it got to the point where the asthma was just too bad, and the smoking and the allergies, and I could barely breathe anymore. I ended up in the hospital after having the flu, and I couldn't breathe, and I was like, I gotta go to the doctor, so the doctor put me on asthma, actually COP inhaler, asthma medication, which is albuterol inhaler, rescue inhaler, and also the machine for albuterol. So anyway, but since I'm not smoking, things are better. I do hit the inhaler like twice a day yet, and like every 12 hours or so, I feel the need to use it when my lungs get tight, whereas I had to keep hitting it all the time before. A friend of mine was helping me out with some inhalers, and then, she just couldn't afford it anymore, didn't have time for it anymore. But anyway, so I thank God I'm off all that, but, so, I'm doing better with all that, and trying to work on, so that's one reason why I had slowed down with working, is because my blood pressure was sky high. I wasn't feeling well. I ended up in the hospital. So I thank God I'm doing better by God's grace and not smoking as much. And it was an answer to prayers. I had wished, that God would completely heal me of smoking miraculously, which he did one time before, which I'll maybe tell people about that sometime. It was miraculous, and completely miraculous. And it happened immediately, but it didn't happen like that this time. And, and I had known better than to go back to smoking, and my health really paid for it, and, and I was glad to slow down with working so much, but I'll tell you, my paychecks suffer for it, and, my lifestyle is kind of suffering for it in a way. You see what stuff I'm relegated to having to try to do to save money, or to keep these people from raising my bills or charging us more money. I'm actually just determined to not let them get over on us, that's all, or get over on me anyway. So, which they have been, and I don't have much of a choice here, except to put up or shut up or leave, Put up and shut up or leave, that's the choices I have, So, but anyway, this is a 38-minute long video. That's crazy. So I'm gonna have to get ready to cut it off here. You guys have looked at my cleaning rags long enough in the tub, and you've seen like most parts of my tub and shower here that I don't show people because it's embarrassing the way that it is. There's glue that's old up there. Where they had caulking and glue, and I had put caulking and glue to try to get the stuff to stay in the wall, and it just didn't come out. But I have to tear it all apart. But I'm not looking forward to that, because once I do, I probably won't be able to get this back up again unless I somehow glue it all back together, because I have to take it all apart to fix these pipes behind there that are sticking out. But it's embarrassing, but it's my life, it's part of my life right now. It's not the way that my life is always going to be. It's just where my life is at right now. And I thank God for a shower. I thank God for hot water. I thank God for water to wash clothes and stuff, and cleaning rags and dishes. Not dishes, and I don't wash them in the tub. Don't think I do. I don't. That would be nasty. I don't wash them in the dirty tub water. That would be nasty. Just some laundry or cloths. That's it. No dishes. I have that cup there, but just for filling that little thing up there. But anyway, hope that made everybody laugh for a second. That's disgusting. like I said, you've seen my shower here, and I've got stuff on the floor. Like I've got a cat litter box and stuff because I have one of my cats in the bathroom, so I'm not showing the floor and stuff like that. And I've got clean laundry floating around and stuff that I haven't put away on my counters. I mean, it's not dirty, it's just really disorganized, so it's everywhere right now because it's the end of the week, and once I start the beginning of my next week, I'll be working on that. So cleaning up, I started cleaning things up a little today. They were on my floor here picking stuff up because cats like to knock stuff down, and gets to be a disaster after a short period of time, and the cat litter ends up all over the place. So to take a shower, I need to clean the floor of all the cat litter because I had to put a towel down to get in the shower and this and that. So I was like, yeah, I'm not trying to step on dirty cat litter, you know, because the cat litter box, I don't have a lot of room in here, so I was like right in front of my shower, you know. So, but anyway, you guys have heard me drone on for over 40 minutes now, so my friend Linda Farmer keeps saying she looks forward to the next video, so here you go again, Linda Farmer. My Facebook friend, I met her one time when she bought some dishes, came out to my house. Super awesome person, wonderful woman, and love her in the Lord, anyway. So I have a bunch of craziness going on here, so, and I can explain other things another time of what I got going on here. Everything you see here basically is about money saving, frugality. You don't know or understand what you're looking at. It looks like a dirty, weird mess to most people and to probably people here online. But everything I'm video showing here has something to do with frugality and money saving, and I can try to explain things as I go along. I have so many things that I could post and show and talk about that I do from day to day. And of course, I don't do every single thing in one day. But there's many things that I do every day, every week to try to save money. And like I said, everything you're looking at here has a purpose for saving money in some type of way, or I've got it in some type of way that has caused me to be able to save money, and I've got it purposely in order to be able to save money. Like everything you're looking at, just about, I've gotten for free, except for like I bought my shower curtain, and that's about it. I don't think I bought anything else that you see in this shower here besides this plastic shower curtain right here. I didn't buy anything else in here. I've gotten everything else for free except for the shower. I had to buy the house for it, but you know, it was cheap. What can you do? You know, live cheap as do what you can do to survive, you know, these days. So, okay, guys, I'm letting y'all go. This is a super long video. I hope everybody was able to make it to the end. Whoever petered out, you can come back and watch the rest of it another time, or, you know, finish listening to my saga, my rambling on and on here. But there's always a method to my madness. I know people say that, but really, and I know this really looks like madness, but really there is a huge method to all of it that I do. And, you know, I can't live like this in my old age because, you know what, when people go into houses that look like, you know, some of my areas of my house look like when people die and pass away, boy, it's a shameful thing. You know, I sure as heck wouldn't want people to see some parts of my house right now the way that they are, just because of my lifestyle right now, things I'm doing to try to save money, and stupid ideas that I try to implement. I'm glad my brain's able to function a little bit today to be able to think of some words to say what I'm trying to say. Yeah, because sometimes my brain just freezes and glitches, and I don't know. But anyway, gotta be because I'm getting old. I don't know. But anyway, or lack of drinking water. One of the two. All right, guys. We're at 44 minutes and 25 seconds. So this video has got to end. But I love you all in the Lord. Just joking if you guys watch Medea. And thanks for watching. If you like this video, I don't even know that I call it a video. It's just me videoing my shower and talking. If you like it and you like what I was talking about, you can hit like and subscribe. It's a new channel, Households by Allie, Frugal Living channel. And thanks again. Have a great evening. Bye.